Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Got a quick one today for you. It's not going to take too long to get through this, but it's got some really fun riffs to play. We're going to learn how to play Trampled Under Foot by Led Zeppelin off of the Physical Graffiti album. So this one's a lot of fun to play. Just got really a couple of riffs in it, and there's a slight little variation at the very beginning on that main riff. But that's about it. And there's a lot of overdubs and solos. And instead of taking out all those solos and trying to do everything note for note, which is kind of crazy, it's going to really show you the scales that he's using for that. So you can do your own thing there. Really, the riffs go the entire song, which really kind of drives the song pretty far for the most part. So I think those are more important anyway. But if you wanted to do any kind of solo, if you have another guitar player playing the riff underneath you, I'll kind of break down the scale types that he's using there so you can do your own thing there. But that'll be really quick, really easy to get a handle of. All right, so let's jump into it. But before I do, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Ring the notification bell so you know when I release a new video. And like and comment on videos and just help me out with the whole YouTube deal. And if you really want to support what I do here, please subscribe to my Guitar Academy. It's the only thing that allows me to do all these free YouTube lessons is to have an academy that people are members of and support. My academy contains all of my guitar courses. I add new stuff to it constantly, and I give personalized support to all the academy members too. So there's courses on, for complete beginners, and there's more advanced courses on technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone, everything, many different styles. So please go check it out. You get a free 7-day trial by clicking the link in the description below. All right, so let's jump into the track. We're in standard tuning here. Now, we have this John Paul Jones playing this funky riff on this clavinet, right? And then we have Jimmy comes in and plays with that riff. It's a version of the main riff. There's one thing added to it. So there's a way he plays it the very first time you hear it in the song he doesn't do for the rest of the track. So we have this at the first time you hear it. All right, so what's going on here with this riff? So we have this is the very first chord that you play is what is not in the rest of the track. So we're going to start here by playing the 3rd fret on the G and the B together. You can just do it with your middle finger. And then the 2nd fret on the G and the B together. Then back to the 3rd fret on the G and the B. So for the rest of the song, after this intro section, you're going to skip that opening 3. It's just going to be 2, 3. Instead of going 1, 3, 2, 3, it's just going to be 2, 3. So we'll talk about that later. For now, he's playing all 3 of the chords, and I think it's because he's trying to match what John Paul Jones is doing. And then after they get into the song, they just kind of do it the more simplified way. So we have those double stops there, 3, 2, 3, okay? And then we have, you're going to go back and play 2, 3, just the double stop. So the last little 2, 3 are pretty quick. Now you can hammer those on, or you can do a quick little down up. So we have this 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And then the end of the riff, the second half of the riff, is just basically alternate picking here. We have 5-3 on the D string, and then 5 on the A, back to 3-5 on the D. So we have this. So you basically do that riff 6 times. By the way, I know there's a wah pedal that he's using throughout the whole song pretty much, especially when you start to go. So I don't have a wah pedal. You guys know he's using a wah, so it's pretty obvious what to do with that. I don't want to confuse you, because sometimes when you add a wah pedal during the lessons, it kind of people can't really hear what's going on with the guitar part itself. So wah pedal throughout. Have fun with the wah pedal, but we're going to just focus on the riffs here. So after you've done that 6 times, after that, then we're going to do some sixths, the minor sixth interval. So what we're doing is we're sliding into the 7th fret on the G string, then playing the 6th fret on the B with it. So you're kind of picking across those strings. So you want to just basically mute the B string in the middle, so you can kind of just strum across those 3 strings. And then do the same thing up 2 frets. So this. And then we get to what is really the second riff in the song. Which usually just plays twice. So what's going on there? We're going to have these double stops again, the 10th fret on the B and the high E together. And then you're just going to add the 11th fret there on the B string while still playing the 10 on the high E. So we had this. So we had this right there, those 2 notes, and then you're going to play them 1 time again, just with a kind of a down up, a quick down up. And so it's kind of like we did here. So with this. And then we have this 12, 10 on the G, over to 12 on the D, and 10, 12 on the 10, 12 there on this. So it's the same here, but an octave higher. So we had this 12, 10 on the G, 12 on the D, and then back up. 10, 12. Repeat one more time. And kind of that last one, to kind of slide it down. So we have this so far. All right, now when we get back to this riff that's down here, the 2nd fret, like I said, now it's different. Instead of going 3, 2, 3 to start it, and then we just start it with 2, 3. And then the rest of the riff is the same after that. So I have this 2, 3, then a quick 2, 3. So that's how it's played for the rest of the song. So it is 6 times here as well. And then the same little 6th interval stuff. And the same riff up here. So that done 2 times there. And then we start the riff again. This time, everything's the same, just 2, 3, 6 times. Now when we get to the sixth intervals here, it's going to be a little bit extended. It's going to look like this. So that's it's kind of the 7th fret on the G and the 6th on the B, high E. Then up 2 frets. Then keep continuing that basically. They just do it twice as long. Moving this up to the 12th fret on the G string, 11th fret on the high E, and then up 2 frets from that. And then the same riff. And then from there, we're pretty much going through everything again. Just keep in mind that every time you play this riff down here, it always starts with just that 2-3 note. So those riffs kind of go for the whole song pretty much. So we do have a little section a little bit later when we get to the... He hits like a G chord and lets that ring out. So he usually, from what I see, he's playing really mostly just like a G power chord. He has this thumb playing on the 3rd fret on the low E, 5th fret on the A and the D there, and then he's playing that 3rd fret there on the B, and he's muting the G string. Now when you play this later, he'll get that top 3rd fret there, that G on top. But he's still muting the G string. Or you can have the G string open actually. On both chords, it's fine. Makes sense. So that's when you hear that kind of, when he hits that G chord, that's kind of after you've repeated these riffs a lot. All right. And then there's, we have this kind of this main riff sections. We're just kind of just jamming on that main riff. Where I call that like the main riff there, without going into. We just kind of jam on this riff alone, just over and over again. That's what's going on underneath John Paul Jones's clavinet solo. And then there's that jam section towards the outro, the end of the song, where they're just kind of just jamming. There's a lot of like guitar solo and kind of overdubs going on over it, and kind of noises and stuff like that. It's just over that riff, this part of the riff, just over and over again. Like I said, that riff goes, it really kind of drives the song. Now, so that's pretty much all the riffs that you're going to see in the track. It's very repetitive, but we have, like I said, we have a lot of soloing that's going on in the song as well, and it's all pretty much mostly based off of G minor pentatonic. All right, so whatever you want to do there with G minor pentatonics, pretty, everybody knows like the basic root position pentatonic shape, probably in A minor. Just take it down 2 frets. All right, so hopefully you know what your G minor pentatonic scale forms are, because that's really all you need to do. If you don't, very easy to learn your minor pentatonics in my GL365 Academy, or you can even learn them free on my website too. Go to guitarlessons365.com, click on free lessons, click it. I think it's probably in the intermediate section, and you'll see like kind of the scale section. It just talks about pentatonics and how to use them and visualize them across the fretboard. Like I said, my rock improvisation level 1 will cover that in a lot more in depth. So the G minor. So you just kind of do what you want with it here. Like I just. All right, so like I said, just G minor pentatonic over any part. You hear this going on throughout the entire track. For at least the second half of the track, you hear a lot of guitar overdubs going, and 95% of it's all based out of just G minor pentatonic. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a great little funky riff to really practice your rhythm guitar stuff, and it's not easy. It's got some quick alternate picking that you need to do as well too, so it's a nice challenge. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.